Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you the process of creating this macrame wall hanging. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Let's start by cutting the cords. I used 20 green cords and 12 white cords, each about 5.5 to 6 meters long, depending on how tightly you tie your knots and on the thickness of your cord. For the orange cords, I used 6 pieces, each 4.2 meters long. I also used about 2 meters of beaded string, some wooden beads, and a wooden dowel as the base. Fold each cord in half and attach it to the wooden dowel using a lark's head knot. Next, tie a row of square knots using 4 cords for each knot. With every new row, leave 2 cords free on each side. This will gradually taper the pattern toward the bottom. Use the outermost cords as your holding cords and outline the triangle with double half hitch knots. Continue using the same holding cords and tie another row of double half hitch knots to extend the pattern. Inside the triangle, we'll recreate the design from the top using square knots. Start with the 4 center cords. Then, for each new row, use the 2 outer cords from the previous knot and add 2 free cords, 1 from each side. Keep the square knots in a staggered checkerboard pattern. Now add another row of double half hitch knots to outline and emphasize the triangle. Use either the left or the right outer cord as your holding cord. Next, create 4 diagonal lines using double half hitch knots, just as shown in the video. Use the 2 center cords as your holding cords. Now, make 4 square knots in the center, just as we did when creating the mirrored triangle. Then, outline them with double half hitch knots and repeat the process to form a diamond pattern with 4 square knots inside each diamond. I made a total of 6 of these diamond motifs. Next, take 4 cords on each side of the diamonds and tie spiral knots. These are made by repeating half square knots, always tying in the same direction. If you'd like a more detailed tutorial, you can find one on my channel. Next, tie 2 more diagonal rows of double half hitch knots on each side. This is probably the trickiest part of the project, but it's really just another set of diagonal double half hitch knots. The only difference is that when you start adding the cords from the sides, don't begin with the closest cord. Instead, start with the outermost one and work your way inward. Now start the second diagonal row below it. This time, tie only the first 5 cords on the right side, then stop. Now, turn your holding cord in the opposite direction. Start tying those same 5 cords again, but this time begin with the outermost cord. Then, between them, tie 3 cords from the left side, using every other cord just as shown in the video. Leave the 2 remaining cords on the left untied. Now, turn the holding cord once again and tie all of the remaining free cords, starting with the innermost one. Be sure to include the 4 cords coming from the spiral knots. I like to keep this row aligned with the bottom of the diamond pattern for a clean, balanced look. The green section is finished. Now it's time to trim the ends. I left about 40 centimeters of fringe measuring from the bottom of the last diamond. Feel free to make yours shorter or longer, or even cut it at an angle. It's completely up to you. Now, let's move on to the next section. This part is much simpler. Attach the cords about 2 centimeters below the green section, then start making diamonds using double half hitch knots. The only difference is that when you tie the lower diagonals of each diamond, begin with the outermost cords instead of the closest ones. This creates the diagonal pattern inside the diamond. Repeat this until you've made 5 diamonds. Trim the fringe so it's the same length as the previous section. Now attach 4 orange cords and start tying a spiral. Use 4 cords in the center as the core cords, with 2 working cords on each side. Tie 6 half-square knots, then slide a wooden bead onto the 4 center cords. Tie another 6 half-square knots, add another bead, and continue this pattern until you've added 6 wooden beads. Finish with one last set of 6 half-square knots at the bottom. Using a split piece of the leftover white cord, secure the spiral with a gathering knot. Then tie a few simple overhand knots underneath it, just for a decorative finishing touch. Oh, and don't forget to untwist the ends of the spiral cords and brush them out to create soft, fluffy tassels. I like to lightly dampen the tassels with water before brushing them out. Once they dry, they'll stay much straighter and won't curl as much. At this point, I start adding the beaded strands between the cords. I used a thin, clear fishing line, secured it around each bead, and then tied it tightly to the wooden dowel. Now, attach a single orange cord. Thread the beads onto it as shown in the video. Under the beads, tie a single pass of a double half hitch knot, keeping the cords pointing downward. Add another set of beads, leaving as much space as you'd like, then secure them again with another half hitch. Repeat this 3 times, finish with a metal bead, and attach a tassel at the very end. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a separate tutorial on how I attach my tassels. The next orange cord is even simpler. Just finish it with a tassel. Add another beaded strand in the same way as before. Adjust the height of the orange tassels and hanging cords however you like. This is your chance to make the design truly your own. And that's it. Our wall hanging is finished. All that's left is to straighten the cords, give everything a light steam, and enjoy your beautiful handmade piece. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more macrame projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.